What's up, everybody? Welcome to 8 costly blunders entrepreneurs should avoid and how to save thousands. This video is going to be chock full of common hot hacks that are costly, illegal, outdated, maybe they no longer work, and also other strategies and methods that fake gurus are promoting that will actually hurt your business or limit your business's ability. So let's get started. In case y'all don't know, my name is Ashley Gunther, owner of The Lone Wolf, a premier startup and small business funding marketplace. We have funded over 20,000 clients since 2018. That's over $1.1 billion. I make these videos now to help each of you process, navigate, and guide yourself through the overwhelming information from fake, amateur, and real gurus. Sometimes it's so hard to be able to differentiate who is real, who isn't, who is well-educated, and what hacks really do work, and what methods, like I said, are effective, but also legal. So let's look at one of the most costly blunders, which is overlooking the power of your personal credit. Now, oftentimes I see business credit gurus promoting and pushing the don't use your personal credit, don't use your personal credit. I understand where they're coming from. The issue is when you remove personal credit from the equation, you have very limited options. So what's available without using your personal credit? You'll have grants, you'll have net 30 vendor lines, some corporate cards, in-house financing options, and some revenue-based funding. So what does that even mean? So grants, obviously, they're not as easy to come by. If you've watched my debunking 8 grant myths, if you haven't, please do. It will really give you some real insight on the grant industry. Grants aren't easy to obtain, and they're very limited on what you can use it for and how. Net 30 vendor lines, those aren't loans or lines of credit. You'll have the ability to buy toilet paper or paint or maybe some office equipment. Corporate cards, when I talk about corporate cards, I'm talking about like a Sam's Club that, depending on the situation, can come without personal credit. In-house financing options, those are usually glorified payment plans. So of course you can get those. And then some revenue-based funding, some merchant cash advance or personal revenue-based will fund just by looking at your revenue or your income. But these are the only options if you are looking to get financing without your personal credit. So what, though, opens up if you do? What's available when you utilize your personal credit? Well, not only can you get personal credit cards, personal term loans, a bank or a credit union loan, you can get store credit cards. You also tap into business credit cards, revenue-based funding, lines of credit, equipment financing, SBA 7A. There's even debt consolidation. You open yourself up to a ton more options. So when you remove the ability to utilize your personal credit, you reduce your options by nearly 75%. So with that limitation, you'll find that it's a lot harder to get the funding that you need. Next, one of the most costly blunders is when you're utilizing your personal bank account instead of separating things. So if you are only using a personal bank account for your business, you only have the following available for funding: personal term loans, personal credit cards, income-based loans, and personal lines of credit. But if you were to be a business owner, running your business through your business account, running payroll into your personal account, now you have the ability to tap into both. So if you're running a business account and you have a personal, you still get all the personal options, but now you can add business term loans, business credit cards, revenue-based funding, business lines of credit, equipment financing, vendor lines, grants, and SBA 7A program. So again, by running your business in the most effective ways and in ways that really are what's truly best and legal for your business, you need to have that business bank account and you need to have a personal account, and they need to be separated. The third most costly blunder, we are piggybacking off from what I just said, which is about co-mingling funds. What does co-mingling funds mean? When you co-mingle, you bring it all together. That means your business and your personal, you almost can't even tell what is business and what is personal. Co-mingling is using your business account for personal transactions, personal bill pay or personal loan pay. So I want you to imagine that your Netflix comes out on your business account, and that you went on a Disney vacation trip and you used your business credit card. And I'm not talking about utilizing these as pretend, oh, it's a business trip because I had one business meeting. Speak to a CPA about this. I'm not going to dive into that. And these bad banking choices. So on top of commingling, so on top of maybe using your business account for personal or using your personal account for business. So commingling using your personal account means you're processing business transactions, you're paying for your business bills, and maybe you even have a business loan, which cannot happen. You cannot get a business loan in a personal account. That's not how that will work. But then there's also bad banking. So then on top of that, many of you are commingling, but then you're doing bad banking. So instead of running a payroll, you're doing transfers. So now it's hard for you to even prove your personal income. You're doing cash deposits that aren't sales. Listen, y'all, if you're putting cash money into your business that has nothing to do with business revenue, that is an issue. That is bad banking. Or if you're doing the loans from friends and family. This was about 2 or 3 years ago, I don't quite remember. I once had a client get declined for a $350,000 advance because of a $500 loan from a friend. There was a $500 cash deposit. The underwriter wanted to understand what it was because it didn't make sense. I reached out to the client. The client was very strange and was like, oh, it's a loan from a friend. I go back to the underwriter. I let them know. And the underwriter says, well, we need a signed contract between the two parties stating that this is a loan. I said, not a problem. I go back to the client, let him know what we need. And within 3 hours, I was sent a very basic Word document saying this is a loan and a signature. I gave it to my underwriter, and within 30 minutes, the underwriter came back and said, this advance is now declined. This contract was created today according to the metadata. And so this is not going to be something that we're going to pursue. So not only did they then create a fraudulent document to back this up, they lost out on $350,000 because of a $500 transaction. Think it's ridiculous? It will happen to you. Instead, do this. I want you to run payroll over transfers. I had already mentioned that previous. Run payroll over transfers. Now you are showcasing easily and proving your personal income. That helps with buying homes. It helps with a lot of things. Next, you pay your personal bills through your personal account. You never put money in your business account that isn't connected to a sale, and require a contract for all loans. It's really best, especially if you're selling higher ticket items, it's best to have a contract for all of your clients. If you're running anything that's a subscription or they pay multiple times over, it's best to have a contract protects you and your client. What's one of the next most costly blunders? Hiding revenue. So what are popular methods to hiding revenue? So when I say hiding revenue, what we're talking about is maybe not reporting it all, right? So sometimes people run a cash business. That's one of the easiest ways. Maybe they jump from platform to platform to accept payments. They may think that if I use like 7 or 8 different platforms, I'm only making a little money everywhere, it won't matter. Also using multiple bank accounts. Number one, that's not going to help you with funding at all, because now you're going to show a low average daily balance and inconsistent revenue in all of your different bank accounts. So overall, that method won't work. And also using your personal bank account, thinking that you're hiding money. These methods won't work. It really doesn't hide money. So do this instead. First of all, manage one personal and one business bank account. This is going to help you in your personal and your business early on, especially when you're trying to figure out what should you pay yourself, how much money you're making, what your profit is, how much does it cost to run this business. Next, you want to report all your earnings, especially early on, because you want to show that you have a strong business. Implement cash discount into your payment processing system. There is a way that you guys can completely eliminate the fees that you pay to collect payments. And if you don't know what that is, email me, use the email at the end of this video. Subject line, cash discount, write that down right now, cash discount right here. Send me an email and we can help save you thousands of dollars every month. And discuss tax methods to reduce your tax liability with a CPA. There's a difference between reducing your tax liability and hiding money. So we just talked about reducing your tax liability. Now we're on the reducing your income on paper. Very similar to number 4, but this is another costly mistake. If you want to overdo it, it's going to hurt you. So showing little personal or business revenue will hold you back from the following. It can hold you back from buying a home, from getting monthly payment personal loans, from getting monthly payment business loans, for qualifying for equipment financing, and for the SBA 7A programs. So what minimums do lenders really want to see? So I'm going to give you guys some insight. So when it comes to personal income or business revenue, lenders really want to see a minimum of a $50,000 adjusted gross income. Adjusted gross income is a line item on your tax return. And then when it comes to business revenue, most lenders want to see at minimum $35,000 in a net profit. Obviously, showing more income and more profit always can lead to larger approvals, but this is really the bare minimum that you want to see. Like I said, if you want to lower your tax liability but still show strong income, discuss these options with a qualified CPA. If you don't have one, we have vetted CPAs that we can refer you out to. Number 6 for the costly blunders, spending money on business credit. Now, maybe you'll be like, hold up, Ashley. There's some stipulations, okay? Before investing in business credit, I want you to ask yourself these 4 questions, okay? How much are you currently making monthly? How much profit do you keep monthly? Not how much do you make, how much do you keep? What is your marketing budget? And what is your growth budget? Now, you might be like, growth budget, how is that different? Growth can be anything. That could be investing money in your website. That could be investing money on a logo. That could be a networking event, right? So marketing isn't just about, the growth. When you grow, it's not just about marketing. So ask yourself these questions. So right now, answer these questions in your mind. Maybe you have a pen, you can write them down. But how much money are you currently making? How much profit do you keep a month? Okay. Now, if your answers are similar to the following, if you're making under 10K per month, if you're saying that you're not keeping much profit, and if you almost scoffed at me talking about budgets, like what budget, you're not ready to invest in business credit. Why? Business credit costs money, but business credit doesn't get you what these fake gurus are telling you. So if you only have $2,000 to invest, and it's between business credit and marketing, I'm going to suggest you look into marketing over business credit. The basics of business credit and getting business credit established on net 30 accounts will not get you loans and lines of credit. So oftentimes you guys are following these experts and you're taking the little bit of money you do have for your business and investing it into these fake promises where you're going to get a bunch of money. That's not how it's going to work. And you're not going to get that money that way. That's the easiest way to lose what money you had to get going. So I always like to ask somebody, what is your goals? What are you trying to get out of business credit? Because 9 times out of 10, your goal to establish business credit is to get loans and lines of credit, and that's not how you do it. Now let's talk about the 7th most costly blunder, taking an MCA out without a real plan. And I specifically talk about merchant cash advances over other funding options because they're the most expensive. MCAs are not the right option if you're making under 10K a month. I do not suggest getting a merchant cash advance. You're already making, listen, if you're a solo person making 10K a month, you're living a good life, right? Like, I'm not here to discredit any businesses making 10K a month, but 10K a month in the grand scheme of lending in the lending industry is not a lot of money. So if you're making under 10K a month, I would ask yourself, what are you really looking to do with the funding? Next, if you aren't getting paid daily, MCAs are they're just dangerous because your payment will most likely be Monday through Friday. If your profit margins are under 25%, an MCA is most likely not for you. If you won't see a profit for several months, or if you're investing in something that's not making you revenue, an MCA is not the way to go. Just here's a breakdown just to give each of you an idea about what MCA's payment look like. So I mentioned daily, and if you know nothing about a merchant cash advance, that is okay. Merchant cash advances are advances on future sales, and you get a cash injection. The deal with an MCA is they will approve credit scores as low as 400. So new businesses and bad credit businesses now have the availability to get funding. The issue is 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a daily payment. A daily payment is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every week, minus holidays where the banks are closed. and you'll never get a Saturday or Sunday withdrawal. But here's the deal. Even at a $5,000 advance, you would only have on average 40 days to pay it back. And you don't get an APR, you get a factor rate. So at a 1.42, your daily payment Monday through Friday will be $177.50. Your entire monthly payments will be $3,550. That is very high for payments. If you're only making 10K a month and your profit's at 30%, so you make $3,000 a month and you're paying $3,500, you just lost money. You didn't make any money. Next, at a $25,000, you're looking at $302 a day. You're looking at $6,000 a month, and it's very similar to the $50,000 over 220 days, right? These are the type of payments you're looking at. And this is why if you don't have a clear-cut plan with your MCA, you're going to end up paying out a lot of money, possibly defaulting and getting yourself in a lot more legal issues moving forward. Here's another really great breakdown. So if you've got a $25,000 merchant cash advance, that's 6 months of payments. Your monthly payment is $6,000. That means total cost, you're paying $36,250, which means if you don't profit, so whatever you took this 25K for, if you don't profit right over 11 grand, you lost money taking out this advance. That is why you need it with a plan. And lastly, the 8th most costly blunders is all these illegal and outdated hacks that y'all keep paying for. There are so many of them. The seasoning the accounts, the recycling money, the liquidating credit cards, the loan from a friend, the age shelf corporation play, or selling business lines to others. Or even here's a bonus, 7th one, liquidating other people's credit cards. All of these tactics are either outdated. The age shelf corporation is outdated. The rest are illegal. If you're seasoning your bank account, that means you're pretending to make more money than you actually do. That is fraud. Recycling money, that is the act of money laundering. That is fraud. Liquidating your credit cards by sending you an invoice is credit card fraud. Doing the loan from a friend is bank fraud. The age shelf corporation is an outdated hack that no longer works. It worked 8 years ago. And selling your business lines to others, meaning you securing funding and then selling that money to others at a profit, is illegal. All of this is illegal. They will get they will get your accounts frozen. You will get fined. You could get jail time. You could face bankruptcy. You can face a lot of legal issues. These hacks do not work in favor of you. Can they work? Yes. So do this instead. I'm telling you guys, do these things instead. Use business lines to grow your own business. Do not resell them. Use credit cards for inventory or marketing to increase your revenue. Why are you recycling money when you can take that money and invest it to make money? Stop trying to find the cheat sheet or the fast track of faking things. Don't fake it, actually do it. Only deposit real income and revenue into your bank accounts, and make sure all private loans have signed contracts. Do these things. I've told you the consequences previously to not. So now that I've gone over 8 costly blunders that entrepreneurs need to avoid and went over a lot of great hacks, methods, strategies, whatever buzzword you want to use. I've gone over the strategies that actually will work, that are legal, that will get you to where you need to be. What questions do you have? You can comment below, or you can send me an email here at ashley@thelonewolf.co. Please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other debunking myth videos, as well as my other extremely helpful, insightful videos along the funding industry. I hope that this has helped you, maybe possibly saved you money, and go ahead and share with others if you feel anyone else in your network could benefit. I look forward to talking with you in my next video.